Yo, so what is up, guys? Thank you so much for clicking on the video, and today I'm going to be doing some modifications to my Subaru. So if you see right here, I have a pretty decent sized spoolie boy on my Subaru, and I do have a blow-off valve that makes pretty nice psh noises, you know. But the other day I was on Facebook and I saw this video of this Subaru driving, and it sounded so nice because it had the Sutututu, you know, that basic, you know, turbo noise that everybody loves. You know, you got the blow-off valve noise, you got the compressor surge noise, which is what that Sutututu is, and then, you know, you got your other wastegate sounds and spool sounds and stuff. But I figured I would try to make the Sutututu sound in my Subaru. So today we're going to be doing that. So I got y'all on my POV view right now. So if y'all don't know much about how turbos work, I can explain it for you. So let's pop open my hood. So down here, this pipe right here is my exhaust. It comes, since it's on a Subaru, it's got a flat engine, so you know they fire out the sides. There's spark plugs there and there, so the pistons fire this way. So my exhaust is on the bottom, which feeds into the bottom of this turbo right here. The turbo then spins. There's a little compressor wheel. Here's the one right here. Is the cold side's the compressor. The turbine is the exhaust side. So it spins this wheel with the exhaust gas, and then the rest of the exhaust gas exits, and then this right here takes in the air. And then it pushes the air into my intercooler, which cools it down, and then it goes into my engine and fires it. And you have a couple components, one being the wastegate. If I build up too much boost, it'll let some of it out through there. That's another exhaust pipe. And then right here is your blow-off valve. Whenever you let off the throttle plate will then close, so then you have all this pressure built up into this area, and it has nowhere to go but to come out the blow-off valve. In stock applications, it'll usually feed back into the intake or back into the other system. That way it recirculates it and cleans it up more. But on this setup, I have it coming straight to the atmosphere, so the little sound comes out of this little thing right here. And you can actually change the way it sounds by changing these little fittings on the end. But what people do to make the Sutututu sound is they block off this plate right here, so the air goes back and then gets chopped up by the compressor wheel. So the compressor wheel will spin, and then it'll end up chopping the air, which makes the Sutututu, because it's slowing down the rotation from that when you still have exhaust gas. So all I'm gonna be doing is something super simple. I got these two bolts right here. I'm gonna take off and put a plate in between, bolt it back on so it looks like I have a blow-off valve mounted, when in fact it's actually blocked off and gonna give me that nice turbo compressor surge sound. It is a 12 mil, and that's what this one is, right? Yes, a 12 millimeter. So I'm going to get one of my adapters that I have spray painted. As you can see, all my important sockets are up here and color coded. And then I'm going to get my adapter, and then I am going to take off my blow-off valve plate. There we go. And now this should just pop off. So now that I have it off, you can see my gasket maker that I used. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up and then make a mount out of this. So I just got my razor blade, and I'm gonna try to clean this off the best that I can. So now I'm going to just disconnect the blow-off valve from the vacuum line. So now I have it completely disconnected, and now I'm going to make a template of this plate to fit up perfectly. So since I don't have a gasket, I found this little piece of thick paper or cardboard. I don't know what you'd call it exactly, but all I'm gonna do is trace it out perfectly. This will be a really nice temporary fix. You know, people that do those really cheap you know, car races like the Lemons Racing and stuff, they, you know, don't spend good money on parts on a vehicle that's just gonna end up breaking, you know. So what they do is they do this, and you see it's got a nice little template. So all I'm gonna do is cut that out. But this works good enough to seal off air. You know, it ain't something super important, you know, like water or oil. So this will work very short term because I don't plan on keeping my car like this. But anyways, now that we have the little piece of paper cut out, we can find the exact size drill bit we're gonna need, probably a little bit bigger. So we're going to take my drill bit right here and then, oh, almost tore the paper. It don't really matter though, as long as it seals in this area is what's important. All right. So if we come into my other shop over here, in this box, I used to work at a dealership and I like collecting license plates. So these are all license plates that I took off of cars. So I'm just gonna grab a random license plate and we're gonna use that because it's a nice piece of sheet metal that's thin but still rigid enough to, you know, hold back some pressure. So let's go ahead and lay the template on and then cut this out. And this is what's gonna make that sound we love so much from a turbo. This thing almost holds itself up by it, so I don't need to put too much pressure on it. But here we go. Here is our template to block it off, and I have my 10 snips that'll cut this clean off. And boom, just like that, we have our free Sutututu mod for your car. So what we're gonna do now is, first of all, put this bit back on the impact, and we're gonna go line this up and get it to block off the blow-off valve. And now we're gonna get this bolt started in the thread, and we're gonna get this bolt started in the thread so that we don't get no organic cross threading, or what do you call it? Don't get no organic Loctite by cross threading it, you know. Want to slowly give it some beans until it catches. Alrighty boys, that should be it. And now we're gonna plug in the little vacuum line so that we don't get no vacuum leaks. But I think it is time to go for a test rip. Let's go ahead and do this, boys and girls. Alrighty boys, she's been warming up for a minute. I got my co-pilot in the car, so let's go see if she makes some Sutututu noises. So loud you can't even hear it from the inside, so I'm gonna mount you up on the hood and see if we can get a better view there. You really think I'm gonna let you watch the rest of the video without subscribing? No, go ahead and go down right now. Right now, I'll wait, come on. All right, there we're talking. Now we're talking. Now you can go ahead and go to the rest of the video. Well, hopefully you could hear it good from that video, but other than that, guys, that's all you need to do to make your car make some insane turbo noises. Just that little piece of license plate and some gasket maker. I went ahead and bought the stuff that you actually need. I didn't use it because the other stuff worked, but I have that for future use because that is what you actually want to use. That is $10 at our rallies for that big sheet. You can use it for lots of stuff. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Follow my 2 Instagrams right here. Like, subscribe, comment, and peace.